What's up, everybody? This is Lost Dreams 2580. Last time made a video, had a little problem with some of the loading and stuff like that of one of the videos, so the second one of that, second part of that glitched out a little bit. But hopefully it'll edit out on its, because I had to go in and edit something. I'm not good at this stuff. But anyway, last time I touched on taking and starting your grind out, leveling up some suits, modding up some auras, gear, stuff like that. This time we're taking talk a little bit about conclave. When you go in here to your upgrades, your conclave is obviously going to be a mix of all the mods that you have equipped. The better the mod, the higher conclave is going to be. Now, this game gives you the ability to equip to your game style the mods that you like. Just because someone else runs it doesn't mean that it's going to be the ultimate, because it may hinder your own game style. So keep that in mind when you're going for that high conclave. You'll get there eventually. Until that time, make sure you're running what's going to keep you alive and what functions best for your ideas of your suit build. Now, in a lot of my builds, and pretty much most of the players on the game, we play to the strengths of our suits rather than strengthen the weaknesses of our frames. But before I touch on that, I'll go over here and down here in actions. I've showed you this before. You have your Roken Cat reactor down here, your polarization. You also have this little button here that auto mods everything up. Now, just for example, my conclave is pretty high. So, I mean, it's not the highest. I've seen higher, but on an unformed suit, if I hit this button, look at the difference in conclave. Now, for my personal suit build for Nova, for my Slova, not much of this is really going to help me out. Undying Will, I don't plan on being on the ground to bleed out. Steel Fiber, she starts out 65 armor. It's not worth me putting a Steel Fiber on. Basically what that button does is it just takes and equips the highest combination to get the highest conclave. I mean, if you're into trying to have a high number of conclave, that's on you, but it doesn't always function properly. It does throw up some combos every once in a while that are decent, but it's usually because of the conclave rating of the actual mod itself. So I'm just going to get rid of this because I'm never going to use that setup. Okay. Anyway, you'll notice that my shields and my health really aren't that great on this frame. In the first video I said about making sure that you learn to play to the strengths of your suit and also the limitations and the abilities of your own gameplay. The limitations of your frame are going to be a significant factor in whether you're going to fight or whether you're going to cast. Now I use Nova as a caster. She is a very good assault suit because of the fact that she has a little bit quicker. She's a little bit slower than Loki at base sprint speed, and so I use her as pretty much an assault caster. So basically I buffed up her power, but I left her weak because of the fact that what she lacks in hit points, she makes up in her controlling the battlefield and large ranges if set up properly. Now this is an oh man, like I said, I'm not good at this stuff. I did not form this suit yet. That's kind of an end game thing that when I finally max out all my mastery rank and so on and so forth, I will then go in for the ultimate and put, like, 4 or 5 formas in builds that I have. But I did take and look into this build for my personal standpoint. So I don't have the elaborate Slovas that everyone else does, but it's every bit as effective as the most elaborate Slova. The only thing is that I may have a couple things a little different than most people would run them. It's what works for me. I suggest that you make what works for you as well too, because not everyone's playstyle is going to cater to the fit of the month, so to speak, or what everyone else runs on their frames. I did touch on something I said about not having charged weapons right away. Probably by now you're getting up to that point where you can actually get into bows and slower rate of fire with high damage per shot weapons. And normally you wouldn't really want to have one of those on a weak frame such as a Nova, but because I have her set up to slow everyone down and do twice as much damage as the original shot, I have the ability to actually capitalize off of a slow rate of fire weapon, high damage, because of what her ability does. So know your abilities and know how to use them to survive, and you'll get along good in the game. So I'm basically just going to take and shut this one off here after I take and say a couple more things, and just play a void here quick, and not really finish it out, but I'll just let the video trail off. One thing is that when you're going for mastery rank as well too, you'll notice that you'll have these little tile sets that aren't unlocked in certain places, so on and so forth. They usually have rims around the outside of them that you've already noticed. As you unlock them, you will actually get mastery ranking on them too, but I am not sure on the exact amount that you get per tile. It seems to vary. I tried to look into them several times when I'm actually out grinding and stuff, and every once in a while, unlocking stuff, but it doesn't really give a huge amount of mastery points to it. But anyway, so I'm gonna go back into another survival here. I only have 4 of them, and I do sell a lot of keys, so I try to keep them back. I don't spend any more at 4, so I'll just go in here and do this real simple one, a tower 1 survival here, and I'll take and show you a little bit of camping using abilities and capitalizing off those effects. Like I said, this is a fully done frame, so it's not going to be the exact same as maybe what you're running, but there are similarities in between each frame's ability to survive, especially like in groups and the attack groups. So I explained a little bit about camping last time. I'm going to camp a little bit more with Nova here because she is pretty good at it, but like I said, she's pretty weak. So I'm going to turn this off now, and just you can sit back and watch, and good luck.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time. Enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout. Prepare for life support. Additional life support has arrived. Life support activated. Life support incoming. Life support capsule. Life support has been replenished. Get ready for a capsule. Another life support capsule is now available. The raid is off to a successful start. When you are ready, go to extraction. Another life support capsule is now available.